Hello student, today we will be discussing about doctrine of basic structure. So before starting the topic, I want to say something about the writing of the answer. When you are writing about doctrine of basic structure, you can make three headings while writing about doctrine of basic structure. First heading will be about, then we will write how it came, that will be origin and from where it came, and third will be important judgments. This how you can write the answer. So doctrine of basic structure, in about we are starting the doctrine of basic structure. Constituents are not clearly defined by Supreme Court of India. So Supreme Court has not defined clearly the constituents of the basic structure doctrine. We get to know about different basic structure through different cases that came before Supreme Court of India, like parliamentary democracy, fundamental rights, secularism, federalism, judicial review, etc. All are held to be doctrine, all are held to be basic structure of Indian Constitution, which came before Supreme Court in different cases, and Supreme Court has held those like parliamentary democracy, fundamental rights as basic structure of Indian Constitution. So this thing we have to write in the about section. Next we come to the origin. So the origin of basic structure are found in the German Constitution. So where we can find the doctrine of basic structure? We can find in the German Constitution, which after the Nazi regime was amended to protect some basic laws. So German Constitution was amended after the Nazi regime to protect some basic laws. From there we can get the doctrine of basic structure. Some important landmark cases regarding the doctrine of basic structure is the first and the foremost and the most important case regarding doctrine of basic structure is in the Kesavananda Bharati case 1973. Here the Supreme Court of India for the first time ruled that the Parliament has the power to amend any part of the Constitution, but it cannot alter the basic structure of the Constitution. So in this case, Parliament has held that keeping aside the basic structure of the Constitution, the Parliament can amend any provision or any part of the Indian Constitution. So first time here Supreme Court has given what are the basic structure of the Constitution idea. Later in the case of Indira Nehru Gandhi versus Raj Narayan case 1975, the Supreme Court has reaffirmed the doctrine of basic structure. So in this case the Supreme Court has invalidated a provision of 39th Amendment Constitutional Act of 1975, which kept the election dispute involving the Prime Minister and the Speaker of Lok Sabha outside the jurisdiction of all courts. So in this case what has happened? Supreme Court has made invalidate a provision of the 39th Amendment, which tells that the Prime Minister and the Speaker of the Lok Sabha should be outside the jurisdiction of all courts if any dispute arise regarding the election. So this has been set aside by the Supreme Court. The basic structure doctrine was again reaffirmed in the Minerva Mills case. So in the Minerva Mills cases in 1980, it has been again reaffirmed. Later also again in the case of Oman Rao case 1918, it was also been reaffirmed, the doctrine of basic structure. In this case, Supreme Court examined the validity of Article 31A and Article 31B of the Constitution of India with respect to doctrine of basic structure. So, in this case, the Supreme Court has examined the validity of Article 31 and Article 31B of the Constitution of India with respect to the doctrine of basic structure. So, I think you student has understood what is the doctrine of basic structure, and if you have any queries regarding the doctrine of basic structure, then you can send me a message. I will try to give reply as soon as possible. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you are liking this series. If you want to know more about Indian Constitution or any other law subjects, then subscribe my channel and share it with your friend. Thank you.